Okay, let's do a poll here. Question. Should I do a
I do worry about the
poll?
well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
Yes
I'm
or
sure
no?
the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
Welcome back, Rick. Okay. I am so surprised that people are saying pull, pull. Oh,
What should I
what?
try this time?
What?
I hear the voice of
67,
fate,
yes.
speaking my name in humble supplication.
Yay, hellos. Hopefully Nuvi, I saw that Nuvi just joined as I was closing the stream. Hopefully he'll rejoin us. I kind of feel bad when the new guy comes in and the stream ends. Hopefully he'll be able to find it, because if he hasn't subscribed, he may not be able to find it again.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world.
Okay, so 2 votes want me to do a poll and 1 vote does not want me. It's okay, I told him restarting the stream, but oh, you true, yeah. It's just easier if everybody just subscribes. It might be on his history, yeah, well that, you're asking a lot, but he was Nuvi, so...
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I,
Yeah, that's the
Fischl,
thing I don't
and the
like about
Prinzessin
YouTube streams. It's like, it sends you to the video, it doesn't send you to the channel, so if you're not subscribed to the channel, you might have a hard time finding the stream again. But okay.
I hear the voice of fate.
Yeah, well,
Speaking my name
unfortunately,
in
I already
humble
finished it. I
supplication.
just saw the chat going, but the chat keeps on going for whatever delay it is. Sometimes it's 20 seconds, sometimes it's 5 seconds, sometimes it's a minute.
Paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin
Okay, let's start off with a wish here. Let's get another Shogun. No, not really. Everybody knows that I want. Ooh, actually, I have enough for a 10 pull. But I won't do a 10 pull. I'll just do a single wish. And hopefully get another Bennett. It's blue.
We find something that you like to use.
No, I just want another Bennett. That's why I'm pulling, just to get C1 Bennett. Oh well. Back to the Archon quest, I guess. Let's make the monies. When was my last 4-star? I got a couple of 4 stars. Every 5 pulls I would get a 4-star. So, Bennett. Was 3 wishes ago. 4 wishes now. Before that was Chevreuse. Before that was Kuju Sarah. And before that was the Rain Slasher. And then we go all the way to the Shogun. So I am 25 26 wishes in now. So, nowhere near any soft pity. I mean, if I get another 5-star, it's just pure luck.
I created another.
It's a good thing that they put in the hard pity in there, because otherwise, you don't really have any chances of anything. Hey, Nuvi! Hellos! I was worried you wouldn't be able to find the stream. Especially when you have not subscribed. It's not easy finding the stream. But I'm glad you made it. I'm guessing we're about to go and meet your character here. I'm guessing you put your name Nuvi because of Nouvellette. But that's just a guess. So funny how they said we're not allowed to leave this building. And we're going to be stuck eating and sleeping in here. And yet I went to Okonomiya twice today.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Oh, Paimon with her glasses and mustache again.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
Not good. We have actually more questions than answers after the investigation.
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help. Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed.
Rub it in, Farina.
That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Ooh. So is this like the actual trial now?
Yep.
Uh,
Better than fight. That you struggle with. I actually found it quite interesting.
Why does he not take the duel? That way he could have avoided.
Because maybe he can't fight. Or it could be because he would have to fight Cloran. And she's the best sword master there is.
So, I'm up for the challenge.
Jeeps, you would literally get your ass whooped in like less than 3 minutes.
Oh, have you ever fought Chlorine?
No, but I'm talking about like if you were in Vinny's shoes.
Well, we don't know.
What would you do with someone who's had who knows how long?
Does Chlorine have a vision? Does she have a vision?
Yes.
What is her element?
Electro.
Okay. And Lenny is what?
Pyro.
So Pyro kills Electro.
But so does the other way around. Plus she has a gun.
So
I'm sorry to think that you don't have that many process.
no, I'd say Lenny, go for it.
Never been in a proper fight.
But even if Lenny loses, then he goes to trial. But if he wins, he avoids the trial. So why not take a chance of going for the fight?
Maybe because he can't fight in the first place. Or he doesn't need to because he's not guilty.
So basically what you're saying is people don't pull for Lenny because he doesn't know how to fight.
No. I mean in the lore he doesn't know how to fight. Like sure he'd probably be able to put up a fist or two.
But if he's not willing to take on Chlorine, then...
Plus we don't know how exactly she fights. We just know how good she is.
Well, she can't be that good. She's fighting Child. Child ain't that good.
No. She's more or less probably just sparring. Not actually trying to hurt each other. Plus it's fucking Child. What do you expect?
Language, please, language.
Sorry.
Yep. No F-bombs.
But still, it's
Firstly,
Child.
in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
He's a harbinger. He has a chance. Linney doesn't. If anything, Linney's just gonna get his clothes off. Cut off his body.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
A magic trick outside the upper epiclin. And get to see a cutscene. So yay! You can do it, Lenny!
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
That's so cute! I love him!
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
I agree, Farina.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
So you could not have been at the dentist because there was a murder and you had to be at the murder because we're blaming you for the murder. Basically is what she's saying here. That makes no sense, Farina.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
Ooh, these visuals.
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
What are you talking about? You're not following the stream, are you? Everybody's looking for flowers.
It's a bunch of pretty flowers.
People are watching the case and wondering what flowers are you talking about?
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
I swear to God, Lindy's a sweetheart romantic.
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Yep, I heard the thud. So did Paimon.
Huh?
There's so many pretty flowers.
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Linny not know about that thud sound?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Yeah, we all heard the thud.
Look at
Ooh!
those scales. Could those mean...
The oratress stands on the trial. She moves the balance of justice. Oh, interesting. Well, sorry I had to mute you because talking about flowers during the trial didn't make sense. What?
And now turn to the gold cheese which makes sense.
Okay.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
Well, Farina's full of herself. Just because you didn't hear the thud doesn't mean that there wasn't a thud.
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid.
Says water. How is water rock solid foundation?
Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
What does that have to do with anything? What's the House of the Heart?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui.
No wonder they did something like this.
So now because they're Fatui, they're guilty. Well, this it still all points to child.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
How does it make sense? The Fatui have nothing to do with this. Why would the Fatui go around stealing young women? It makes no sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
I agree with that, Lenny. That's the first time you said something smart.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
They're always against the Fatuis. I know, I hate the Fatuis with a passion. Except for Sister Margaret. I really like Sister Margaret. And that little girl that looks like Harley Quinn, but in a purple suit instead of the trickster suit.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy.
Why is she calling me the Outlander? Everybody else calls me the Traveler.
Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Now why is Farina talking to herself? Is she mentally ill or something?
Hey, Lenny, why didn't you tell us this before?
Because it's irrelevant, Paimon. That's why he didn't need to tell us before. They're not Fatui just because they're from Cesnaya.
Order! Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
Well, whether he was in the box or not is kind of irrelevant to his trick. But being a part of the House of the Heart, I don't see what this has to do with the case.
Are these claims true?
Well, even if it is true, it's irrelevant to whatever is going on here. I hate these 3 dots dialogue. Given how Lenny has concealed his identity, this could all have been a setup beforehand. Well, who would want to set him up and for what reason? Plus, Child is here in Fountain along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. So, yes, Farina, it's all Child's fault.
Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
Yeah, answer the question, dude.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
So he wasn't in the box and he wasn't in the tunnel. Okay, where was he then?
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Dang, I do not want to have her as a person in my society.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor. My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed with my client.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
I agree with you, but I still want to talk with my client.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
How is not telling me everything about his life story deceived? I don't need to know every little detail. What was your mother's name? What was your father's name? Who was your grandfather? Who was your grandmother? Did your ancestors create the fire, or they just use fire?
Order! Order, I say!
Were you born a girl or a boy? I'm pretty sure Linny is confused as well as down that question.
Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial
Maybe
will
Linny's
reconvene
the
in
girl
1
and
hour.
Lynette's the boy, and we don't know because they're twins.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought.
Well, of course I'm professional. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you're as guilty as everybody else, Farina.
In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
She's the Hydro Archon. She could have had the tank swing up in the air and fall down, for all we know. Okay, let's meet backstage and let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up.
It's her job, dude. It's what they do.
I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two.
Ah, shut up, Paimon. I still trust them, even though I don't.
We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
What is she talking
Not
about?
to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad.
Well, be mad, Paimon. You're excused.
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain.
I am in no way angry, dude. It's just that the script doesn't allow me not to be angry, apparently.
I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
So he is part of the Fatui organization, then.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead.
Well, I don't want to be friends with a guy that wears stockings and jartails and all that kind of stuff, but whatever.
The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too.
I'm not sure it was by coincidence, but okay.
But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Oh, so you admit being a criminal, just not in this case. Because we all know all Fatui are criminals, therefore he's a criminal, but not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Explain the other issue first. Yeah, you say you weren't in the tunnel or in the box.
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now.
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
What? Okay, this just blew my mind. He's trying to find out how the justice system works? That makes no sense.
during our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Oh shoot, man. You're just putting yourself in doo-doo here.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
Oh boy, man, this guy is not helping his case at all here.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
You heard someone's voice.
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, the homicide, you're talking about your helper. We still don't know what happened to the girl with the vase broken and the clothes on the floor. Is she like another Fatui agent? Because we do know that the machine was rigged to select her.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
This makes no sense.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
How does knowing what the operatress works and has a soul and a consciousness help everybody?
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either.
Well, setting up an act to infiltrate something when you could have just asked about it?
But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Does Paimon even have a choice to follow me or not? Seems like she's really stuck following me no matter what. Even though I don't want to. I don't want Paimon no more. Can we put Paimon on trial for this? Have her go and fight Chlorine?
Okay.
Oh man, I don't want to answer neither one of these.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two.
Yeah, and I don't know why the oratress is scaling anything, because all I've heard was irrelevant.
If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense. Huh?
What am I gonna pull out of my hat this time?
By royal decree.
Oz, I want you to go and infiltrate the oratress.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Yes, I would like to change my client's plea to guilty, please, Nouvellette.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
Ugh, that took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention.
Do we have a choice?
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this, but because I don't like to read stuff.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Okay. I agree with that.
When the
So
flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Well, this is...
He did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound.
How do I
Finally,
refute
he
this?
used the vase
I
to
guess I
knock her
can't.
out
Okay.
Before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her.
But even if we don't recognize her, it doesn't still explain where she went.
At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linney red-handed.
Well, wasn't Caldwell all the time on the stage talking to the box when the thing fell on them?
So Linney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Well, Farina is certainly full of herself.
Does
Can
the
I
defendant's
click?
side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
Yes, plenty.
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linney experienced, and what he saw.
Wow, it's not often that the Traveler gets to have spoken lines. I'm actually quite surprised here that it wasn't Paimon talking in my place. Then he entered the tunnel as the countdown began. Well, I'm not going to refute that, but what is identified loopholes? That he headed to the chamber containing... Select the evidence to refute. Linney claims that he headed to the chamber yeah, okay. And did not witness. Okay, so it's not the same thing here in the loopholes. Yes, it is. Okay, so this is where we go and refute. Okay, so this is where I click refute.
According
Okay.
to Linney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay. Linney claims to have heard a mysterious voice within the chamber. So I guess... There we go.
Linney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
And then he knocked Caldwell out, but I thought that Caldwell was still on the stage.
Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately.
So instead of being accused of being a murderer, now he's going to be accused of being a spy, which is a much more severe death penalty offense in Fountain. So, yes, he should be executed.
The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Well, I don't think he's innocent because it's from his point of view. Successful refutation.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
How did I know that Paimon was going to talk over me? I was surprised that even my voice actor had some work to do in this one.
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
My
What?
reasoning?
Yeah.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
True that, Paimon. You're surprising me. Did I tell her to say that? Because Paimon's surprising me now. Where did she get, like, a brain?
Oh, they have a point.
Yeah, because if Paimon can put it together, you folks shouldn't be able to.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims? Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Choose the most, which is the evidence that Lenny wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place. Why is everything irrelevant? I'm confused here why everything is irrelevant. So I only have to select one of these three? She's a famous painter and came to watch a magic show in order to take a break for her own creativity. She isn't known to have been entangled in any quarrels with any of the members of Lenny's magic troops. So why would we want to kill her?
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Paimon thinks there's something off here.
What? Okay, so that's not it. Well, I guess it has to be the third one, because it's no point mulling this one over.
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Paimon thinks there's something off here.
Okay, then it's the one that I clearly didn't want to select.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
Yeah, but that's just hearsay. There's no actual proof to what he's saying. We need proof.
This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof!
That is not even proof. That's hearsay.
Well played.
How is everybody applauding this? It's like saying no, well, somebody on Twitter wrote that he wasn't in the box. Okay, well, there's your proof. Somebody from Twitter said it, so it must be true.
To think you'd use such logic.
Yes, we should execute everybody because everybody's guilty. Yes, definitely Paimon. Paimon is definitely the mastermind.
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Well, that's why we're investigating. I'm thinking that Farina's the real murderer here. Select the gear icons in the interface to check corresponding case questions, okay? Fill the empty gears to verify the correctness of... Oh, so Caldwell is the one stealing everybody. And the girl with fighting with her knocked him into the box that rises back to the stage. But somebody wanted to kill Lenny, so... So once you answer the questions correctly, you can complete this logic chain. Okay. Yes, kinda, sort of. Using the box inside the box, the idea was for the box containing the audience member to be transported. If Lenny himself would also use this tunnel to get to the other side. So the outfit change, Lynette and her assistant would take charge of the onstage interactions. The lady who went missing were found in the tunnel. The reason for this remains unknown. Who was the person who could possibly have committed the crime?
The
Who's
deceased's
this?
name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Possibly, because the machine was tricked.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility?
Hypothesis incorrect. Okay.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant.
So let's select him. What? That makes no sense. Why would he be wearing a dress?
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious, Paimon.
The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
What?
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
Yeah, believe me, Farina, I don't get it either.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Okay, how we envisage Linné as having been unable to infer... Okay.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Okay. So select this clue. What's
It
this?
would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances, so... The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances, so where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances.
Well, that only
It would have
leaves
been tough
one.
for both people to fit into that vent.
What? And sound of carnival. Yeah, that's what we're thinking. Linny was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have been given time Caldwell and Asley out of the audience stand.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Yeah, we're far from the truth, but not that far.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
What is Lenny talking about here?
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Is she a hydro person?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents. But do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
It's not about a performance, Farina. About finding the truth.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal.
Yes?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
But...
the vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
The water.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind. If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment.
Yes. So Farina is the guilty person.
How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick. Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about 2 completely different things.
Or are we, Farina? I'm not sure.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Well, that and the fact that I still think that 100 Monkeys have been writing the script for Hoyo. Yeah, so this makes sense.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
Yes, thank you, Nivelette. Somebody reasonable for once.
Guards, please step into the lounge.
And the worst
examine
is I don't
personal
even like
effects
this
of the
dude.
deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste.
Good.
We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately.
What? Okay, this is weird.
The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
Well, that's even weirder.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice.
Ooh, was it the painter girl, the accomplice?
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times.
What? It dissolves people into water?
One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject.
Oh man, so was she the water in the jar that broke and poor Hazley's all over the floor and evaporated? You got Bennett? Oh man. You're so lucky, Reaper. Darn it, I want another Bennett. Congratulations, yes.
As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
In fact, supported by sufficient evidence. Although none of this makes any sense to me, but okay, Hoyo.
You gotta be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Yeah, I know. I'd stand up and say the same thing. I'd call everybody a bunch of quacks. This is my first Bennett. Well, you'll like Bennett. I love my Bennett. What? No, I did not read the prophecy of Fontaine. I'm not there yet. I'm just starting Fontaine. Oh yeah, that prophecy where the water was rising because of people's sins and stuff. Yes. Well, now we know, but, you know, it's the first time I heard about it because I'm just doing the trial now. So that's what the Fatui are up to and Child is up to. That's so evil. We should just hang all the Fatuis. Yeah, because maybe it's the Oratress that is doing it all.
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
I'd like to hear your theories the first time you played through this. Actually, I remember, it's like, how could Lenny be guilty of anything? He wasn't even there. Yeah, apparently something as ridiculous as this can actually be true.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Well, now I don't think it's a coincidence anymore. Some people are scheming something. Something big, folks. So meaning all these girls have been experimenting all of this.
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
You two, with me, quick!
Mademoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Ooh, that seems serious.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need to test it on you, Nicolette. Can we change you into water? He's not a Fontaine? Well, then he should be trialed for being an imposter. Yes. So, okay, we're gonna have to try it on the Archon then. We're gonna have to try it on somebody. We're gonna have to change everybody into water to prove this.
Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found.
Well, we know where Mrs. Halsey is. She's a puddle of water in the basement.
Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
Why does Linney get to speak? I'm the one making the case and Linney gets to speak? How rude.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
Triggering mechanism for what?
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The water from the primordial sea.
Yeah, well, you've already done it, so.
The deceased's name is Cowell. The deceased's name is Cowell. The rope that held the water tank up was lit. I remember there was something else.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Oh boy, please somebody shoot me.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target.
So people keep voting for me to do another poll. I'll do another poll as soon as I get out of the cinematics.
When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
The water that turns the person into water?
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial sea inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
But okay, but then how did Caldwell end up being beaten by a puddle of water? LOL, why would you want to kill the mascot?
Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the
But something went wrong here. So what went wrong?
But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
See, that's what I don't understand. For me, he was on stage the entire time.
He wasn't. He left the stage, remember?
Nope, I don't. He was talking to Lynette in the box pretending to be her brother.
Huh. That does make sense.
It doesn't to me.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Really? Certain audience member? You make no sense at all.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Yes, Farina, you falsely accused an innocent person.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
Who would be the accomplice? Farina or Nouvellette?
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
What? New evidence still? Okay.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Ooh, and the plot thickens. Is it gonna be Child?
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the Primordial Sea among Linny's personal effects.
Ooh! Awesome!
What?
That can't be.
Meaning that the accomplices are still out and about doing their thing.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you.
Where did Navia go? Did Navia plant the water in Linne's stuff?
Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close.
Yeah, Farina, if there's anything I learned, nothing in this game is swift. Oh, begin refutations again.
The dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the Primordial Sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Well, that is interesting, Farina. I like your twist on this event.
Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon.
What? How did this become a murder weapon?
Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Oh, she's just pulling that out of her hat.
Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here.
Yes, there is, Lenny. Don't worry about it. We got this covered.
Is this the end of the road?
Yes, it's the end of the road. We're gonna have to travel on the boat on the river now because there's no more road. Ooh, things are not going well.
I can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this.
Yes, there's always a way around this. Let's challenge a duel.
Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
Because something's afoot now. We do know that there's an accomplice here. And that they're doing things.
I think we've all seen enough now. And we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning.
Well, I wouldn't call your reasoning flawless since your thing keeps changing every 2 minutes, Farina.
I believe this is indeed the finale.
It's such a great finale too. Let's just kill everybody and get it over with. Whoops.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
No, Oratrice is changing her opinion now. She doesn't agree with Farina either.
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
What? Why is she... No, you can't. You can't. It was all over. Navia, you can't speak out of turn.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout, and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
That's what I just said, Nouvellette.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic?
No!
I'll show you an amazing trick.
Magic is what's getting everybody into trouble.
Disappeared, back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny, if you would be so kind.
Man! Is she gonna have Harry Potter appear on stage for us?
What in the world is she saying?
Yeah, I'm wondering what this she's saying too.
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again?
Apparently so.
And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasuda has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf.
Oh man, is Navia gonna kill somebody else now just to prove her point?
But as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
Man, when Geo starts playing with Hydro, this cannot be good.
I understand.
Ta-da!
And voila.
And voila! Really? Did we need the light show on top of that?
Sorry for the interruption.
What?
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
No, but it made it for a very interesting thing, Bobber.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
What? This person here? Boss lady? Mafioso?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial.
Well, you should. How was she outside and nobody ever saw her? That makes no sense.
I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
How has nobody noticed her?
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What? Oh, man. We looked everywhere, we couldn't find her. We looked at everybody, and with the posters of her picture, we could still not identify her because we all need glasses and can't see for shoes.
What? Why?
Lenny is guilty as charged, I say.
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
Yes, you sound very Mondstadt-ish.
I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
What? So how did the machine knew to pick you that stole the ticket? It makes no sense.
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
Is she the girl that stole the thing and left it on the floor when we first got to Fontaine? So this is not Hersley, this is Liliane.
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny was the one who caught me in the act.
Okay, well then I still, go back to my original sentence that everybody's guilty, everybody needs to, be whacked.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief.
Yes, Paimon's the mastermind behind all of this.
Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
Yeah, and apparently that number selector is very broken.
He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
So because she's from Mondstadt, the water does not work on her. So the water is actually a true theory, but this, okay.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box.
Boy, oh boy, so this little woman can beat up a fully grown man. So I think she's lying, she's still hiding another accomplice. What, is this she supposed to be Black Widow and capable of beating up grown men that are 10 times as strong as her? That makes no sense. Does she have a vision? A delusion? Yes, I'm very feminist.
There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
Yeah, we all know, yes, 100-pound women live, are capable of lifting stuff. She's a thief. She's not Black Widow. I don't believe that she could knock out the other dude. I don't believe it.
I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
Apparently so. People can hide everywhere because the police here are bloody blind.
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it.
Well, that's something else that's going on. So there's still another accomplice here, and there's another guilty party of something here.
Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
She even says she's not a killer and she's a thief. She could not have beaten up the other dude.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
No, nothing's clear, Paimon. I'm more confused than I was. I want to leave. Fontaine is to... Can I go back to just killing dragons and stuff?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
So Hazley is still dissolved, right?
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell.
None of this makes any sense.
Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal.
Yeah, I would like to see the results of your first time playing this thing. I bet you had it all the first time around, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the entire time I was listening to you, no, Lenny could not do it. He's so cute. He likes flowers. And you were just clicking away like I'm doing now, trying to figure the game out.
Seems this... Seems...
Okay, so is there only one thing I can change here?
Seem... Seems that... Seems this... The strange sound wasn't from... Seems this won't... Lily-Ann was afraid that...
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time!
So basically just click until everything fits and whatever.
Selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved.
She did not dissolve.
He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
So why was the machine set to pick somebody that wasn't even there?
The water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect. He tried to force Lillian back into the box.
Why would you try to fit her back into the box?
The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian came out on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box.
Yeah, this does not make any sense. I don't think Caldwell, who apparently has been stealing plenty of women, so he has to obviously be stronger than all the other 28 women that went disappearing. But this one is Black Widow and was able to knock him out.
With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended.
That's what I said, she was hiding in the trunk. Nobody believed me when we were in the basement, stating that I was too old to understand anything.
She would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
Well, you can live without eating for 2 days, but I was there in the basement saying, why can't we open these trunks since we're looking for a missing person? And it was not in the options.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Oh boy, Farina's not gonna be happy.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
You've been saying that the entire time, Canny audience member.
Bravo! Bravo!
What? Cheering audience member? I don't know who you are. Oh boy, Oratrice is not happy.
Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements?
Lady Farina, this is not gonna end well. Is she gonna challenge me to a duel? She's gonna challenge me to a duel.
Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
Ooh, Lady Farina not happy about that one.
What? Are you reading my mind now?
Apparently, you're easy to read, Farina.
No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat.
Really?
But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Well, sometimes, you know, you just have to take it.
Sorry, Farina.
Poor girl. I feel bad. I wanted to kill everybody, make everybody guilty just to please her. But no, it's not working out.
Wow! Look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find somebody to make guilty again now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events.
Well, we can always ask Lenny if he wants to change to get his plea to guilty, just to please Farina.
The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list.
So he trafficked the machine.
With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen.
Oh man, Caldwell was such a naughty boy.
To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks.
He was a very big schemer. He went to a lot of trouble to dissolve a lady. Wouldn't it just be easier to just go in the alley and try to subdue a, you know? This is a lot of trouble, people. This is, you know, trying to steal a bank with a shoelace kind of a thing.
He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box.
But why didn't we not find any residue of balloons if they were stuck in there? I mean, when the balloon pops, I mean, the rubber is still there, right? That makes no sense.
When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel.
No, it does
tightening the
not.
hook rope and bursting the balloon containing
It's
the water.
all Lenny's fault. If he hadn't done all this just to get to the machine, to figure it out, be a spy, none of this would have happened. So therefore, Lenny is guilty anyways. But instead of being guilty of a murder, he's guilty of being a spy, which is worse.
If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed.
That doesn't even make sense, because I didn't even see him leave stage.
However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box.
See, that doesn't make sense either. How was he knocked out by this girl? I don't get it. This is not Black Widow. She's not a super fatui agent girl.
Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house.
Well, if I would have been her, why did take off the dress and change? And why not put Caldwell into the dress so that everybody think that, you know...
As for Linny, he was in the underground structures
Even
within
my
the
cat
opera house,
agrees with me.
and was thus ignorant of these happenings.
I still don't believe that.
From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent.
Well, he might be innocent of this crime, but he's guilty of other crimes.
While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately,
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're guilty of other things. Being a spy is a death sentence.
this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
Yeah, if I go to the Pentagon and I steal and go into air ducts, air vents, and to steal their highly secretive Pentagon thingies, I don't think that they would let me leave by just saying, oh yeah, you're a naughty boy, we're gonna investigate other things about you. Ooh, the time machine is activated. Ooh, it gives out credit cards, people. We could go shopping.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Bummer. I feel so disappointed in this story.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
Ooh, Guard Vaughn, yes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is he gonna wee-wee in his pants there?
How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Yes, I would like to know this as well. Farina, you can take your revenge out on this guy if you want to.
Right! Your discovery caused me to make
How
a
did I know we were
serious
gonna
mistake.
turn to Farina?
Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dare to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes?
Yes, 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 yes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Yes, he must invoke the duel with Farina. Or Chlorine.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
Ooh, I want Coupon Town. I take it to Coupon Town. Where's Coupon Town?
I was just following orders.
Orders? From who? The Fatui from Child.
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Ooh, so the orders came from Farina.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes?
Ooh, yes.
Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
The same guards that we don't trust anymore?
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know.
Ooh, who's gonna shoot him before he gets a chance to tell anything?
Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve.
Who's your boss?
It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
So basically he's telling us everything that we already know, and somebody's gonna kill him before he gives us the name.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Well, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
And now he can no longer talk.
I knew it. You should have just blabbered out the name first.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Yes, who are them?
An outrageous act.
Yes, completely outrageous.
All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Not only that, but there's fingerprints somewhere. It's funny how he says the problem seems to have been solved for now, whereas I would say that the problem seems to have been dissolved for now. I'm Dr. Evil. Yeah, and I was referring to that the problem has been dissolved.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Yes. 3 dots, because I like saying 3 dots a lot in this game.
Winnie...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me.
No, I don't want to look at you.
But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
Yes. I would pick the third option.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
Yes, because in real life, you go to court, whatever Farina blabbers out, the judge agrees with it, and you're condemned and you don't have a word to say.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all.
Okay. That makes no sense, eh, kitty cats? What are you guys doing? You guys having fun? You guys chasing one another? Ooh, paw fight. They're like doing the paw fights.
That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave,
Well, Conan's
approached
really
recruiting us
strong.
back then too.
Really? Okay.
Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Man, are they so confused that they don't know how to translate Chinese anymore? How is she your father? Okay, I don't even want to get into this debate now. No, I think that she, your father, needs to...
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past.
Oh, man.
Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets.
You guys, do not play with my charger.
To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
Ah, the plot thickens.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
You would think that, Paimon, but not really.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was.
Yep.
After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
What did they do to Lynette?
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts.
And there she was.
The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh, shoes! Yeah, this is worthy of dropping an F-bomb. I'm kind of surprised that these people here, Hoyo, decided to go here with their story, but okay.
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
Not really, because, you know, the rich and powerful always get away with it.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Shiz. This is a lot of shite.
Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles.
Yeah, and the Fatui really aren't that better either. As we just learned with the story from Yeland, the Fatui are pretty much betrayed by their own dudes.
But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knave is after the Gnosis, isn't she?
She has her own plans.
Yep.
She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
I think you're being misleaded there, Linny.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
I think she believes that she can make it happen with the Gnosis.
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
I don't believe that.
Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy.
Supporting the prophecy, but I think the Fatui wanted to use it in a very bad way.
Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the knave, has their roots in Fontaine. And we will always defend our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Linny.
Yeah.
Bye, Linny!
Not really. Yay!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Oz, reveal thyself.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
I wasn't aware I did do a disappearing act. It's because of her high heels. We need to give her high heels to Barbara so that Barbara can be as tall as her big sister.
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Apparently so. I don't like Navia. But yes, the characters are very well done. Her and Farina, if you look at it, are much better than the first characters they came out with, like Amber and Jean and...
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too? Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now?
For decades?
And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
No, they're not going to do anything, Paimon.
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all.
Oh, did we break her feelings?
Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Really? That's why you kept us out of the loophole when you went and got the girl without telling us about it?
It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer.
What is she talking about?
Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Oh, man. Okay, well, you won over Paimon already.
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
The Hotel de Boer.
All right, then. Let's have our farewell meal.
Dang, people keep voting for me to do a poll. How much more did I make here? 62,225. Okay. Strangely enough, folks, I didn't even have to fight here. That is kind of weird. Not one fight. What?
I come to this deck and it's just white.
I'm sorry. Not one fight. Okay, where are we going now? Hotel de Boer. Or maybe we can directly travel there? Oh no, I'm right at the right place. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for a poll, folks. Everybody wants me to voting for a poll except for one person that has common sense and is very reasonable. All the others have a gambling habit.
I mean, it's Genshin Impact. And basically a gamble no matter what you do.
Benny, come home! Again!
Oh my gosh, I just did
Ooh, a debate club. I could have used that during the trial, you know.
Yeah, use it as a mallet. Order.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
So you haven't eaten here since forever? Maybe the food is poison? And we're all gonna die?
No, she couldn't eat because she was in hiding.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while.
That's right.
Paimon's getting excited already.
What is Paimon talking about? We haven't eaten in a hotel like this for a while. I don't remember ever eating in a hotel like this.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
I can order for myself, thank you. I want the mushroom pizza.
Everything looks so good. People
And the
in Fontaine
shawarmas.
sure know how to enjoy life.
Ooh, and maybe mashed potatoes.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of PT.2 next time.
I would eat up that garlic.
And if it's not?
No one's gonna get.
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things.
Apparently so.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
More food.
Yes, she did. You know it, Paimon. That's why you said it. That's a big bowl of soup.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Neither do I.
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the PT.2 exists. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps.
Guess that's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Yeah, what do you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
What? No.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
No.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Yeah, we already know Paimon basically has trouble just doing the clapboard.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
Ooh, I like this one. I like this idea. Yes, let's do this one.
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Well, once she answers our questions, I don't care if we're arrested or not.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep. All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Yes.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
Yeah, you'd think that she would come in here blazing and wanting to talk to us.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Not really, but...
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Yes, let's go do that now.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Oh, is the thief still here?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
How are we done?
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then.
Yes, let's blacklist something. I am in a mood for payback.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Why are we not paying our share? I kind of feel like Zhongli now for some reason.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore. Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Nothing. Is she broke?
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your request the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. We started another quest. No. Ooh, we got mail. Who sent me some crystals? Thank you. Much appreciated.
Just a reminder for... Oh, we can actually share the game for the thing for 20k. I can't wait for this answer.
Yay! Okay, what time is it? Just midnight, folks. We are officially Saturday. I'm a bit hungry and a bit thirsty, so either I take a break before going in another 2-hour story, or I take a break and I go and make myself a snack and something to drink, and I'll be right back. And both cats are looking at me as if they're starving.
Actually, I recommend you go to sleep for the night. They're birds. Man, this is
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world. I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt... I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication. I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt... May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world. I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
So did I hear you and you were saying that I should call this a night?
During my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
Your Twitch has been going on for 8 hours.
I created another universe.
Yeah, and we were playing with Cheeky for what, 2 or 3 hours before I started streaming? Ooh, Alexia had an issue with that person that...
in humble supplication. I created another universe and founded
Reaper
paradise. For I, Fischl,
to get
am
a
the
snack, I
Prinzessin
think.
der Verirrt...
Reaper, where did he go? Bennett and Shogun composition is broken. Where did he go? Invite me to your world so I can show you the... To get a snack. Yeah, I'm getting myself a snack. I'll be right back.
May the glory of the Prinzessin bring light to this world. I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
Give me a second here. Yeah, okay. When did she send me this? Oh, at 8 o'clock tonight. Dang, okay. Sorry, Alexia. I just saw your message just now. Dang, that person was really harassing her.
I do worry about the well-being
Damage
of my
level.
retinue during my
Okay.
impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers
Damage
Guild are
level 9
absolutely
Shogun
fine,
does
mein
with
Fräulein.
Bennett. Oh, I know she does a lot of damage with Bennett. That's why I've been having fun all day just running those two characters together. No, sorry, we had a person come in today into our Discord and really being more than annoying, and I'm just reading up on what my moderators have done about it. What's this link about Hoyo? Alright. Follow me, I will show
I
you the
do
damage
worry
that
about the
Shogun does
well-being
with
of my
Bennett.
retinue.
Okay. Where did you go? Okay, let's go here. But yeah, I do know that Bennett does enormous amount. Where are you taking me? I'm trying to eat at the same time here. It's not easy. Is Shogun level 90 or is Bennett also level 90? But yeah, Bennett gives an attack boost to the Shogun. Let's go to the Pyro boss. Okay. Although Benny is a Pyro, well, he won't do much against the boss.
Yup, it's a big gift buff though.
Okay, I'm here. There he goes. Oh, darn it. Alright. Double Bennett.
Off we go. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Let's light it up. Why do they never miss? Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up. Off we go. I'm going in. Yeah. Let's light it up. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Let's light it up.
I am Nihal. Yeah, I know, but Fischl's already dead and I can't switch to a Hydro here.
Adventure time.
See, I can't switch.
This is just my luck. Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Yeah, I brought Hydro. I brought a lot of Hydro. Oh, you need a big heal.
Off we go! I'll protect it up! Yeah, no, my sword! Let me leave you a place.
Let the show begin.
Rain outlines your fate.
Now you shall perish.
84K, yep. That was a nice burst of 84K. Actually, I do need this flower, so I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, I saw that. HP cup, HP defense, attack crit rate. Ah, not great, not great. Didn't give me much of these either. Was hoping for a purple, not even a purple.
I think it's because your world level is 6.
Our world level is not 6. 7.
No. Well, if you're using regular resin, then that's crazy. Or it's just genuinely unlucky, or maybe it's the domain level.
I definitely know that I'm unlucky. And it's the Pyrogiverous, so...
You mean the Regi's fine?
Yep. Alright. Yeah, I'm not going to start the other part of Farina's story, but... I'm going to call it a night shortly, folks. Because I'm not going to...
After the main Fontaine Archon quest for the best experience.
I am Nihal, and my world level is 1, and I'm AR 25. Tips. Yes, lots of tips. Don't use your fragile resins.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Do your daily quests, your daily commissions, turn in them to Catherine. And what I was doing when I was 25 is doing a lot of ley lines. These blue clouds here that give you XP to level up your characters. So use your daily resin to do these. Try to find some friends to go and help you do the bosses, because you'll also need a couple of bosses to level up your characters, talents, and whatnot. So if you can have friends to come in and help you kill the bosses, that would make life a lot easier.
It would.
Before fooling with the artifacts, level up your talents. Be right back. Gonna get myself some dinner. Good. Yeah, if you look at your characters, you have talents here, so level these up as quickly as possible. And they will always give you a talent upgrade reference here, so go with the recommended. I wouldn't worry too much about your artifacts until you reach level 45, honestly.
Yeah, your higher levels. Or at least until Senora.
I mean, yeah, you do need to Google and research what characters you have and which ones you want to keep for the long run and what kind of artifacts they do need, what kind of statistics they do need. Mostly when you start off, also, don't worry about these substats. Just try to get the main stats up here.
Yeah, until much later anyway.
Yeah, until you reach 45. When you reach 45 and you get better artifacts, then you can start looking at the subs.
Yeah, technically you can get 5-star.
Are you tired? Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up.
Extremely low. Just go artifact farming at 8 because that's when things start coming up way more often.
Also, your weapons, if you got a lot of similar weapons, do refine them.
You always keep one of each
I
weapon.
wonder when I'll be as tall as my big
Some weapons
sister.
You'll never be able to get ever again. Like, let's say you melt down white iron. complete all of Montagne tests, you'll never be able to get a white iron.
Yeah, because not every character will be built the same. Some of your characters you want HP, some of them you want crit rates, some of them you want elemental mastery, some others want energy recharge. So yeah, do a little bit of research on your characters that you want to keep. Because I'm guessing you're already doing some pulls, and you're already getting some other characters. Some of them are good, some of them not so much. Refined helps out with the stats here. They don't help with the base attack, but they do help with the bonus that you get here.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
So I don't know who I don't have a good weapon on. Okay, well, let's say her. I can't make another one of these, so she will always have a rank 1. But let's see here if somebody that doesn't have a good weapon. So see, taking damage generates a shield that absorbs up to 20%, but if I rank it up, it might go all the way to 30 or 40%. Gee, give tips about gambling policy. Don't gamble. But everybody wishes, but go easy on the wishes. You can use your wishes, but don't use all your primos. Keep them for characters that you do want.
Only spend your power gems on the limited wishes, not the blue ones.
Yeah, you never use primos on this one, and you only go for characters that you do want. And yes, she might look cool here, but she's not worth it as much as the Shogun. So there's always characters that are worth it and some that aren't.
We'll teach you about the pity system later, if possible.
Well, the pity system is easy to figure out. You have a 50-50 chance of getting this character every 80 wishes. So...
more like 75 to 90. 75 being soft, 5-star pity, and 90 being hard guaranteed pity.
So...
if you lose and don't get the character that you want or the weapon, your next one will be guaranteed. But if you get the character on the...
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my...
example, which is running right now, and your last one was not the Shogun for your 5-star, that means you were guaranteed. Now, if you want another Shogun, you have to either win your next 50-50 or lose again and become guaranteed.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
You got a C2 Bennett after 80 wishes?
Like, for example...
I only have a C0 Bennett, so you're lucky to have a C2 Bennett.
yeah, but if you can't really guarantee a certain 4-star. 8 pity is... 8 wishes is soft 4-star pity, and 10 is guaranteed 4-star pity.
Don't build pity on the weapons banner, because they will be back down to 0 on the next banner.
Yeah, if you want a certain weapon really badly, save up enough wishes for 3 5-star. Then go for the weapon. Because otherwise, you'll lose all those wishes, and it won't transfer to your next banner.
Pity on the characters will stay throughout the next banner, but not the weapon. So if you build up pity here, you'll lose it on the next banner.
So yeah, usually most of the time, the weapon banner isn't worth it unless you have the primo gems, and you don't particularly care about the characters, or you're just a bloody whale.
Well, Bennett's skill set is to partially heal people. He's not supposed to heal more than 80% or 75% of the person's HP. But once you reach that 75, you get a boost on the attack. So, depending on Benny's attack, it'll scale depending on his attack.
Yeah, and some characters such as Fischl at C6, she could be a really good battery, or you can have her.
Is Aether worth it? I would say yes. Mine is leveled up. But he...
Dendro Aether is really worth it, but Hydra and Geo are complete trash.
Yeah, it depends. If you go Dendro with him, it is worth it. But if you have another character, say Nahida, then it's...
It'd be much better. But if you have no other good Dendro characters, Aether would be your best to go to. Some characters have special abilities that no other characters, such as Scaramouche or whatever, because he can fly with his abilities. Meanwhile, Farina can walk on water infinitely if you keep using her E.
Yeah, if you have Nahida, then you don't really need Aether Dendro. Is there any other way to unlock constellations? Yes.
Besides wishing or buying constellations from the shop, no.
No, that well, he's talking about wishing, but you can get like 2 characters here every month.
Everyone is working super hard. We should.
But you only get these from wishing, so well, Aether doesn't do a lot of damage. He's just very practical to go and get the oculi that are too high up.
And puzzles, that's about it. And his C6 actually reduces your damage overall. Because it slows down how many blocks you're able to put in.
Never buy these here. Buy them with the Stardust Exchange. Never buy these wishes with the Star Glitter.
Don't ever use your Star Glitter for wishes, though. Never. Only buy them for constellations, but if you must, buy them with the weapon.
Yeah, that is a lot of tips. I don't know. There's a lot to learn about this game.
Get fate with the Star Glitter.
Yeah, but just keep it simple. Play the characters that you like. I mean, it's hard to figure out, you know, like Lisa. I hated Lisa. I dumped her even before I was like level 5.
Some are more complicated than others, especially the Fontaine characters.
And I used to love Amber, but as soon as my Amber was like level 30, I dumped her.
Yeah, I haven't used her since like I got debuted. Which was like not even that long after I started playing. If anything, she's only good as to be a torchlighter or to help you.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
There's nothing wrong with her, there's just better characters than I am.
Yeah, you end up having other characters by wishing, and your idea changes all the time. Like, I used to love Fischl, I still love her, but now that I have the Shogun, they have very specific roles now. I used to love my Barbara healer, but now that I have Bennett, I'm slowly ranking him up. So things change as characters progress. I'm still waiting on Sheena, but in the meantime, I've got Rosaria. But I'm not concentrating too much on Rosaria. And like, I'm leveling up Candace
I wonder when I'll be
because she's my favorite, but she's not a really good character to play. So I like her and I play her because I like it, but she's not really good compared to this dude. So play the characters that you enjoy and don't always go for the meta. Because honestly, you're stuck playing most of this game solo anyways. All the Archon quests and everything else, you're pretty much stuck solo. So you kind of want to play with the characters that you enjoy. And when you're playing as a team, well, hopefully the team can bring in the good players that you do need to kill the bosses that you do need to kill. But hey, I'm slowly getting there, because, yeah, when I first started, I couldn't kill anything, and Terumi and Blast was killing everything, and I was just trying to survive and stay alive.
Even now, you still struggle to survive with how
There we go.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
not to mention the level is not that high. Heck, certain bosses have certain mechanics that are unique to that boss, such as something called trounce domains. These are very special domains, unlike regular bosses that define the overworld. They can only claim their rewards once a week. And they're only ever used with their drops, their boss drops, or such as this electrohypostasis. This is
Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
anyone to fight when the rewards if you have presence. They don't cost as much as the ladder. However,
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Like, sure, these cost like 10 more resin than a bounce domain boss, but let's be honest.
Yeah, his crown is not that good, but in the meantime, that's what I have. So, this is not ideal for him, but it's what I have to complete the set. And it's worth completing a Noblesse set on Bennett. Well, that's basically my current Bennett build. Slowly building him.
I wonder when
Slowly. And believe me, I'm kind of peeved because I really want to level up Candace. Hey, kitty cats.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Well, Nihal, I would like to go and smash things up, but like people have been reminding me, I've been streaming for 9 hours straight here. Oh, you want to see my weapon? Oh, this is, yeah, if you need some advice for Bennett's weapon, I definitely recommend this one. Yeah, and I was already playing 3 or 4 hours before starting to stream with my other friends, so yeah. And I just finished 2 hours of story with the Archon thingy, so I'm about to call it a night, Nihal, but please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I do stream every day. And you can go and see my previous streams, and you can even go back to when I started my game and I was AR 20. And see how bad I sucked back then.
As my big sister.
Thank you, much appreciated. Dang, 10 votes. People want me to do another poll. Okay.
And also, in a couple of weeks, the version 4.4 will be released.
Where did I get it? I can show you where I got this. This is actually an easy question for you.
Happy early lantern ride.
Everyone is working super hard.
It's called fishing.
Come and talk to this girl here and you exchange fish for it, and it didn't even take me 48 hours and I got it.
Actually, we want of these pretty specific kinds of people in each nation. And they sell different things.
Ow!
But that's where you get this weapon, and it didn't even take me 48 hours fishing to get it to rank 5. Yeah, the catch took me 2 or 3 weeks, but this one took me not even 2 days, not even 2 full days to get it to R5.
Plus, it looks pretty neat on Bennett. I don't have weapon myself, but I'm gonna get it.
But it gives you 38% recharge, and when you use your elemental skill, gives you another 32% recharge.
Seems all the other knights already
So
have
that's
their
like
hands full.
70+% recharge just on your weapon. I mean, my Bennett is ready to burst after burst after burst after burst.
I wonder
And
when
same
I'll be
thing.
as tall as my big sister.
With your artifacts, and you can focus on other stats such as elemental mastery.
And the same thing goes with her. With between these two, their bursts, when I use these two together, their bursts are ready to go one after the other. It's crazy. It's just burst after burst after burst after burst.
And after pairing it up with like Maya and Bishop.
Just need to have patience. Oh, come on. Everyone is working super hard. We should be too.
Ooh, I got a wish. And hero wits. Yay. And what else did I get? Oh, I'm still far away.
If you wish, I could show you a little neat trick you can do.
I'm so far away from being BP 50. I'm almost finished a battle pass.
Yeah, I finished mine earlier. But you might see something neat Farina could do.
Level 90 gives you ER 45. Yeah, that's crazy.
Try my new spicy energy drink. I'm sure it'll wake you up.
Jump out of the water.
Stay strong.
Bye, Jeeps. Be safe. Thank you. You too. See you tomorrow. Yep. I'm just going to do a wish before going off since everybody's voting me to do another wish. So I'll do another wish just before you leave. Since I already got a wish here anyways, right? Might as well use it, but not on the weapons banner. Benny!
I'll be as tall as my big sister.
Darn it. Another thrilling Dragon's Tail Slayer. Ah. Crap. Okay. I'm done wishing for today. It's not a good day to wish. Where did you go? Just wash the water in front of me? Oh, you're in the water.
Stay strong. All this standing around is making me so sleepy.
Okay, folks. Thank you for joining in. Please comment on anything you would like to see in the future. Is your next pull guaranteed a full star or not yet? I don't know. Lately, I've been getting them every 5 pulls, but maybe now I'm going to be unlucky and get them every 10 pulls. We'll see. But yeah, don't forget to comment in the comments what you would like me to see, do, and stuff. And everybody be safe and warm and all that good stuff.
I wonder wonder when I'll be as tall as
Blast
my big
says, good night
sister."
everybody, and good night everybody.